Wow, it's weird sitting in here now. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Genesis. As you can tell, I'm sitting in it right now. We've been focusing on the Evo, which you can see the spoiler right here beside me. We've been focusing on the Evo a lot lately, and that's because this car is still broken. I haven't really tried to get it fixed yet either, so we're going to talk about what exactly is wrong with it. If I can, I'm going to take it up on the lift and look at it so I can show you guys what exactly is wrong with it. It's been sitting for about 4 weeks without moving, so I hope the battery has enough juice to start up. I can't really drive it, but I can like move it around a little bit. So like just like half a mile an hour. So we'll start it up, drive it over to my dad's house because my dad is actually my neighbor, and use his garage so that we can take a look at it. Let's do this cold start. I forget what this car even sounds like, honestly. And I know it's pretty loud. Seems to be running fine, but the check engine light is still on for some reason. I'm thinking it's the spark plugs because it has the one-step colder plugs in it from the turbo kit. That might be the issue. I don't know. I'm hoping that's what it is, just something easy like that, but you never know. I know a lot of people think that I got rid of this car, but I didn't. I still have it. It's been sitting in my driveway for the last month, pretty much broken. And I've been driving my truck in the meantime until I bought the Evo, and then now I've been driving the Evo pretty much. So I have 3 vehicles now, and I really need to get rid of one of them. So it's either going to be this car or my truck, and it's a hard decision because I really like this car and I don't want to get rid of it, but I kind of do want to get rid of it just to have more money to put into the Evo. But at the same time, it's still a fun car. And like the truck, don't really need the truck, honestly. I just don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So right now I still have the Genesis and the Evo. And if I decide to sell the truck and keep this car, I'm probably gonna be putting all the shit back on it. So I'll put the turbo kit back on it, the wheels and tires and the suspension and all that stuff. So it'll be right back to where it was before. But sometime in the future, I will be building this motor and shooting for about 550. I think we can get 550 at the wheels, but first I gotta fix this diff, and I'll show you what's wrong with it. So right there is the differential, okay? Right here. Right there is where the drive shaft hooks up to the diff. You can see some of those bolts are messed up and bent. That's because what happened was the rear diff mount. So there's a diff mount, actually you can see it right there. There's a mount that's supposed to go in that hole up there, and it basically broke and just fell down, so the diff is just hanging there by the front 2 diff mount, which means it's just hanging on the drive shaft right there. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought the diff blew up, but it turns out it's just the mount, which I'm pretty sure there's a recall on, so I might be able to get that fixed. Here's a better view of that. You can see the diff mount right here. There's supposed to be a bolt in that holding the diff up, and the diff just basically fell down, and like, yeah. So I'm not really sure how bad the damage is, but I'm sure it's probably going to be expensive to fix. So as you can see there, it's not actually the diff itself that blew up like I thought. Definitely sounded like it whenever it happened, because I don't think I ever explained what happened. I was pulling out, I went to get some Arby's actually, and I was pulling out onto the highway, doing some hood rat shit in first gear, and then shifted to second. As soon as I let off the clutch to go into second gear, I just heard this loud pop, and then like grinding, and all kinds of awful noises from the rear end. To me, it sounded like the differential blew up, but the more I thought about it, the more it could have been like an axle or, you know, the diff mount or something like that. So I pulled it in my dad's garage after I shot that video, and lifted it up and looked at it. I just haven't made a video about it yet because I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do it, but yeah. I'll put the camera on the ground so you guys can hear what the diff sounds like. We'll try to get a shot of it actually. That way I can see on video what's happening. Well, here it is. Final resting place. I'm gonna sit here until I can figure out how much this is gonna cost, and more importantly, when I'll have time to do it. So, yeah. Also, small merch plug here. If you want to help fix the diff in the Genesis, then you can pick up one of these t-shirts with the link in the description. Pretty nice. It's got that, it's the Brembo logo, but we changed this to look kind of like a turbo, and it says turbo. Sick, man. Alright guys, now that you know what's going on with the Genesis, we're going to end this video with a Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, so I'm going to answer those right now. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's the same as pretty much all my social media, RspecRyan on basically everything. What was your dream car as a kid, and is it still the same or did it change? You know, I told you guys I watched a lot of Fast and Furious and played a lot of Need for Speed, so as a kid I was really into basically Ferraris and Evos pretty much. So, and I have an Evo now, so. And yeah, it kind of did change since then because now I don't really like Ferraris. I'm more into Lamborghinis, but honestly I'm not really big on exotics anyways. So when are you going to race Jake with your Evo? I don't know, hopefully sometime soon. I know the Evo will wax Jake's ass, and I want to race Carson in his ST too, because the ST is kind of quick. It's like 250 horsepower and they weigh about the same. The Evo should beat it by at least a car length, I would think. But yeah, I want to race Jake, I want to race Carson in the ST, and I also have a friend with a Civic Type R that I've already asked him if he wants to race, and he said he's down. So we're gonna race the Type R with the Evo, see who wins that. That should be a pretty good race. Will you ever wrap your car in a neo chrome collar? Probably not, especially since my friend Chris has the STI that has the psychedelic wrap on it. I would probably go a different route, do something. Honestly, if I wrapped the Evo, it would probably be like pearl white like the Genesis was, but not plasti dip this time. It would be wrap. What got you into the car game and YouTube? Asking because I'm super interested in getting started on YouTube. I get that question a lot too. A lot of people ask how you start making videos on YouTube. My best advice to get started is just film something. A lot of people get too caught up in trying to buy camera equipment and they think you have to have the best stuff out there to make a video. It's not true, it's all about your content. Make sure you make good videos before you go out and spend like $1,000 on a camera or something, and then don't even make videos with it. Take Street Speed 717 for example. He uses a GoPro. He's used a GoPro for every one of his videos since I've known the guy, and he's got almost what, 600,000 subs or 500,000 or something like that. So it really doesn't matter about your equipment, it's more about what you do with it and how you make videos, honestly. What's your favorite part about the Evo? That's a tough question because there's a lot of stuff I like about it. Honestly, just the way it drives, like just in general. It handles really good. The shifter is a lot better than the Genesis. I had a lot of trouble in the Genesis getting locked out of gears and stuff. The shifter on the Evo is so smooth and I have no trouble shifting gears in it. I see a lot of questions on here that are the same, like, are you going to sell the Evo? I just bought it, so it's hard to tell right now. Maybe like 5 years from now, yeah, I might want to sell it, but I don't plan on selling the car right now. I didn't plan on selling the Genesis either, but we know how that went. When is Turbo putting out a new video? We've been really busy lately, me and Jake both have, and since the channel is run by me and him both together, we kind of have to have time to meet up together, and we really don't have that much time, especially with holidays and stuff going on now. We're trying to get some videos put out for you guys. So what's your first major plan for the Evo? I don't know if you would consider it major yet, but I want to get a flex fuel sensor for it so I can run E85 in it. The reason I'm counting that as a major mod is because it should give us quite a bit of horsepower. Who is your favorite rap artist and why? Favorite rap artist would be Logic for sure, and just because, I don't know, I like his music, his lyrics. It's not all about pussy, money, and weed and shit, so yeah, I like his music. I think that's enough. I don't want to ramble on for too long. We might answer some more questions in the next video or something. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate the fuck out of you if you leave a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hold up.